Zootopia Part 2 begins with a recap of the first film, showing how Mayor Bellwether's secret plan was exposed by Nick and Judy, leading to her arrest. Their actions made headlines across the city, and Bellwether was convicted thanks to the rabbit-shaped voice recorder that caught her confession. Judy and Nick became celebrated heroes of Zootopia, and Nick officially joined the ZPD, forming the city's first bunny-fox police duo. The new mayor, Patrick, celebrates the completion of Zootopia's new weather wall, which lets all animals live in their ideal climates. As Judy and Nick prepare for their next assignments, Chief Bogo briefs the officers about a corrupt customs worker involved in smuggling illegal cargo. He assigns the mission to senior officers and tells Judy and Nick, still rookies, to observe and learn. But the two slip away and head to the mission site on their own, disguised as a couple with a child. Snootly stops them at the restricted area and is shocked to see them posing as a couple. He asks them to leave, but Nick distracts him with an emotional story about visiting the site for their son's birthday wish and asks him to sign an item as a keepsake. While he's distracted, Judy sneaks off and opens a container filled with unknown cargo, but Chief Bogo's voice over the radio gives them away. Snootly panics and flees in a van. Judy and Nick steal a pig's car and chase him while the rest of the ZPD joins the pursuit as the city prepares for its 100th anniversary celebration. Though the officers set out spike strips, Snootly avoids them until he crashes into a pole and is knocked out. His van continues rolling toward the parade. Acting fast, Judy accelerates, jumps into the moving van, and stops it just before it hits the crowd, crashing instead into a newly unveiled statue. Judy then notices a reptile escaping and finds a piece of reptile skin nearby. Later, Judy watches an influencer's video, explaining that Zootopia once had a reptile population that had been banned for hundreds of years. Chief Bogo, furious about the chaos and their disobedience, confronts Judy and Nick. She shows him the reptile scale, but before explaining further, he dismisses the team and tells Judy he respects her, but rules must be followed. He warns that if they fail their new assignment, they will be separated. He orders them to report to a partnership workshop. Their instructor, Foosby, promises to improve their teamwork, but Judy and Nick are overwhelmed by the other successful duos there. Colleagues mock them, and although Judy wants to prove themselves, Nick insists they don't need to earn anyone's approval. Judy worries, studying hard while Nick remains carefree. That night, while Judy studies, she sees news about the long-lost Linksley journal resurfacing after a past reptile attack. She recognizes the same van from earlier and inspects her evidence, finding a pamphlet related to the Zootonial event. She searches online and finds a video about reptiles previously attacking to steal the journal, claiming a snake would return. She calls Nick, explaining her hunch, but he doubts it. Judy goes to him and insists they can solve the case and redeem themselves. Nick eventually agrees. With the city celebrating its 100th anniversary and celebrities gathering for the Zootonial Gala, Judy spots the same van in the parking lot. She and Nick describes themselves in fancy outfits and slip inside through the back door. They notice the journal in the reserved section. Nick uses his sneaky skills to get them inside. Judy approaches the journal, but Chief Bogo appears, causing her to bump into Hopper. Nick falls and finds reptile skin, trying to contact Judy with no answer. He then spots someone perched on the chandelier. Before he can react, Chief Bogo catches him. Judy sees this, and suddenly a snake leaps onto the stage, throwing the entire gala into chaos. The snake attacks Milton Linksley, steals the journal, and attempts to escape. Judy chases him through the building. The snake opens the journal case with help from Milton. Judy catches up, and the snake claims he is harmless, that the Linksleys are the harmful ones, and the journal contains the truth he needs to bring his family back home. Before Judy can respond, Nick knocks the snake unconscious. The Linksleys arrive and order the officers to kill the snake. Judy senses something is wrong, and she and Nick defend him. The snake wakes and accidentally bites Chief Bogo. Police storm in as the snake is thrown off the balcony and kidnapped by a biker. The officers accuse Judy and Nick of aiding him. Judy grabs the journal, and she and Nick escape by sliding down an icy slope, crashing into Mr. Big's car. Mr. Big captures them. News spreads that Judy and Nick helped the snake, making them wanted criminals. Chief Bogo, bitten, receives the antidote. Milton and his siblings pressure the mayor, demanding Judy, Nick, and the snake be eliminated and ordering the journal burned. When the mayor hesitates, they threaten his position, forcing the police to hunt the three. Mr. Big takes Judy and Nick to a warehouse, giving them new identities and a getaway car. When Judy explains the Linksleys' lies, he warns her to stay away from them, calling them killers. Judy refuses, determined to defend the snake and uncover the journal's truth. Fufu suggests asking Nibble for help. Nibble arrives and agrees to assist. She takes them to Marsh Market, explaining that reptiles like lizards live there. After being cut off from Zootopia, she leads them to a hidden reptile refuge on an abandoned ferry. Police arrive searching for them. Inside the ship, Nick admits he's uncomfortable around reptiles, and Judy playfully teases him. A secret door opens, revealing a reptile hideout. Nick immediately is scared by the residents. Nibble introduces them to Jesus, who offers worms as food and pranks them. When Jesus examines the journal, he says the answers lie on its pages, readable only through reptile heat vision. He explains how a tourist's death led to reptiles being banished, allowing the Linksleys to seize their land and expand. Now the reptiles risk being driven out again. Before they can learn more, police enter. Jesus rushes them through a secret passage, believing they can save the city again. Suddenly, Gary steals the journal and runs. Judy chases him on a boat while Nick tries to catch up. Police pursue them across the water. All three end up swept into pipes, struggling to breathe. Judy almost catches Gary before fainting. Nick unlocks a hatch and saves them both while Gary escapes. Later, Judy finds a bag in the pipe containing a book with a flower on it. Two goats appear, explaining the flowers grow on the mountain near a honeymoon lodge. Judy and Nick climb the mountain using a rope. Nick doesn't want to climb and teases Judy using her own voice recordings. Their recorder falls and breaks. They reach the lodge as police arrive, finding the broken recorder and locating the duo. Inside the lodge, Judy finds snakeskin. Nick nearly falls and warns that officers are approaching. Judy finds a newspaper revealing Ebenezer Linksley's plan to expand Tundra Town by trapping snakes. She discovers that reptiles once had neighborhoods and finds a photo of Gary's family. Nick urges her to leave and abandon the case, fearing they'll be killed. Judy insists someone must reveal the truth, and it must be them. A police attack splits the house. Nick is captured. Judy drifts away on debris. Paubert saves Judy alongside Gary. Judy must choose between rescuing Nick or pursuing the truth. She chooses to help Gary while Nick escapes the police on his own. Police fire darts at Judy, but Gary takes her away as the house collapses. Judy wakes to find Gary has been captured and is devastated. Mayor Windancer interrogates Nick, who stays silent and is locked up. Milton orders expansion into marsh markets and demands Nick be punished for Judy's death. Kitty presents Robert's hair as evidence, and Milton orders he be found. On their journey, Gary assures Judy they will save Nick and coughs up the book. They reach Paubert's hideout, where he explains how he secretly helped Gary after reading his letter, smuggling him documents to expose the truth about reptiles. Judy grieves, leaving Nick behind, but Paubert assures her. They light a fire so Gary can use his heat vision to reveal the journal's truth. Gary's great-grandmother, Agnes, was the true creator of Zootopia and the Weather Wall. She partnered with Ebenezer, who stole her idea by replacing her name with his in the journal. Her maid discovered this, was killed, and Agnes was frightened into silence. Ebenezer spread lies about reptiles, driving them out, believing no one would discover the truth. But the maid preserved the original patent. Gary found where reptiles lived, and Judy shows a photo with a tower, deciding to restore power to the reptile neighborhood and find Agnes's house in the patent. Milton tracks Judy through her phone. Nick is placed in jail, where he meets Nibble, who asks what happened to their duo. Nick admits Judy thinks they're meant to be different, and he fears losing her. Moved, Nibble makes him a key and helps him escape. Police alarms sound. Looking for exits, they accidentally open the gates, releasing all prisoners. Animals flee in police cars. Nick is joined by a fast driver, but it's Flash. Bellwether escapes too. Meanwhile, Judy and the others head toward the weather wall. Judy explains their plan: enter through the door, find the switch, and light up the tower. Judy and the others continue their journey to find the patent. Meanwhile, Nick calls Clawhauser and asks him to track Judy by hacking into Paul's computer. Clawhauser distracts Paul and tries to unlock the computer, which is protected with a tiny password. Judy and her group reach the weather wall just as the police arrive, having traced her location through her phone. Judy immediately smashes it to stop the tracking. They run through the burning mammal festival with officers in pursuit. Judy encounters Gazelle, who supports them and fights off the zebra officers. Nick learns Judy is at the weather wall's access door. The Linksleys discover this too and order officers to stop them and shoot darts. As Judy and the others sprint toward the door, tranquilizers are fired. Judy tries to protect Paubert, but suddenly Nick arrives in Flash's car and rescues them. Judy and the others enter the wall, but Nick is left outside. Inside, Judy finds a door leading to Tundra Town's control switch. She turns it on and searches for the tower buried in snow. Eventually, they locate it. Judy sees Nick on the CCTV cameras and prepares to help him, but Nibble lets him inside. Suddenly, Paubert betrays them, injecting Judy with a drug and throwing Gary into the freezing environment to die. He tells Judy they are both underdogs and that by doing this, he'll finally have value in his family. Now his next target is Nick. Judy insists he isn't like the others, but Paubert leaves. Judy and Gary struggle as the serum takes over their bodies. Meanwhile, Nick searches inside the wall. Paubert confronts Nibble and injects her too. Judy watches everything unfold through the surveillance screens. Nick enters a different chamber with Ivy Ike weather conditions and finally finds Pert armed with weapons. Gary tells Judy she made a real difference, fulfilling what his grandmother intended when she created Zootopia. Gary moves closer to Judy, using her body heat to heal himself, but Judy collapses unconscious. Police arrive and surround Gary. Nick and Gary are both overwhelmed as they fight back. During the struggle, Gary spots the anti-venom in Paubert's bag. Nick battles Paubert while Gary urges him to get the antidote. During the fight, the ice beneath them begins to crack, and the anti-venom slides toward the platform's edge. Nick declares that Judy is worth dying for, and even at the risk of falling, throws the anti-venom to Gary. Gary injects Judy, bringing her back to consciousness. The ice collapses, and Judy races toward Nick, catching him just in time as Paubert plummets below. The two hug, and Nick admits he doesn't care if they're different. He cares about her, even if he struggles to express his feelings. Before they can finish their romantic moment, Paubert escapes on a snowmobile to destroy the patent. The four of them chase him. Paubert contacts his father, revealing everything about the patent, but Judy and Nick arrive just in time. Nibble and Gary battle the Lynxleys while Judy and Nick pursue Paubert. Using a clever trick with a truck, they push through heavy bushes and reach him. Judy attacks Paubert, but he overpowers both her and Nick until Gary and Nibble arrive and save them. The mayor, fed up with the corruption, personally steps in and brings down the Lynxleys. Paubert is arrested. Later, Gary and the others visit the reptile town. While walking, they discover Gary's grandmother's old home. Inside, they see her preserved work, and Gary opens a box finding the original patent. Suddenly, Paubert returns to burn down the house, but police intervene once again and arrest him. News spreads everywhere. Nick and Judy, along with Gary and Nibble, have uncovered the Lynxley family's theft of the patent, leading to their arrest. Marsh Market officially becomes part of Zootopia. Judy and Nick are honored for their bravery. Reptiles are welcomed back into the city, and Gary is reunited with his family at last. Nick gifts Judy her carrot recorder once again. The movie ends with the two heading out on a new mission to track down the escaped prisoners.